Hello, you guys. It's Lauren. Welcome back to my channel for the love of. If you are joining me for the first time, I want to say welcome and happy 2020. If this is one of the first videos of mine you're watching this new year, I hope you had an awesome New Year's. If you're a returning viewer or subscriber, welcome on back. So you guys, new year means new fragrances, new spring preview, new collections, all kinds of new scents, and today we're going to be talking about some new fragrances. These are brand new scents from Yankee Candle, part of their spring preview. I'm assuming they'll roll into their spring lineup, spring 2020 lineup. Today we're going to be talking about 3 new fragrances from Yankee Candle's Elevation line. As you can see, I have the little mini jars right behind me. There is one other fragrance that's also a new fragrance from Yankee that I'm just going to pop in this video. It's a melt cup. It's called Summer Daydream. It's part of their, I guess you could call their core Yankee Candle core fragrance lineup. It's going to be part of their new core spring fragrance lineup. They do have some of, not all, of their fragrances, the new ones, the new spring preview, available in store only. So I didn't even realize this until a subscriber mentioned this. Just a side note, because I know I'm going to get asked this. So the fragrances I'm going to talk about today, they're not available on Yankee's website. I even checked Kohl's website to see if they had these. They're not available yet. So oddly enough, they're not available on Yankee Candle's website. I checked Kohl's too. Maybe Walmart will have them. Who knows? They seem to get them in quicker than Yankee. But probably at the end of semi-annual sale, or when the sale kind of nears closer and closer to the end, they might be available online. So the only way I know to get these fragrances are in store. Don't know if all stores have them. When I went in store, they were just starting to trickle in. They did not have all of the baby jars. They only had a select few. They had all fragrances of the melt cups of the new classic core Yankee lineup, and they only had the mini versions of the Elevations. They didn't have the large and they didn't have the medium, which is fine because I wanted to test them out anyways. So as of right now, these are only available in Yankee Candle stores. At some point in time, I'm assuming they'll be available online and they'll make their way into like Bed Bath & Beyond, Kohl's, Walmart, things like that. So you guys, today let's jump into, I'm going to go over the core fragrance first, then we're going to dive into some of the elevation scents. Let's get into it, you guys. Let's start off with the classic Yankee core line. I don't really even know what the terminology for this is. It's new, but it's still part of like the core classic Yankee lineup. So I'm going to call it the core spring lineup, I guess you could say. They're new. This is what I believe to be a new fragrance. At least it's new for this season. It's called Summer Daydream. They had a lot of new spring preview scents available in the spring lineup. They did have a buy 3, get 1 free of their new core Yankee fragrances. They didn't have a promo on the mini elevations. There weren't too many other scents I saw that I liked. They didn't have all the wall plugs. They didn't have all the baby jars. So I grabbed just one melt cup that I really liked. Summer Daydream's really pretty. I like it. I don't think everyone's gonna like this. This is definitely one of those semi-sweet floral perfume scents. If you guys like sweet nothings from Yankee Candle, this is, in my opinion, very similar to Sweet Nothings. Perfumey, kind of like how Holiday Lights is perfumey. Autumn Pearl, less perfumey than Autumn Pearl, a little more sweet. But if you like that type of fragrance from Yankee, I've always thought Yankee makes really beautiful perfume type scents. You might like Summer Daydream. I could go on a tangent about this, but I will not. They're melt cups. So this is a whole different video, whole different day, but first melt / burn on this, they say you get about 25 hours of fragrance. I popped this on my warmer. No, I do not have a Yankee Candle centerpiece warmer. I have a Yankee Candle hot plate warmer. It's from Yankee Candle. The box had Yankee on it. It's an old school like little mini warmer that has a plate that you can remove to put like wax chunks, but it's also flat where it has a warming unit where you can actually place melt cups and they melt just the same. So I used that. I did not chunk this up. I melted the whole thing. It was, I don't want to say quite strong. It was strong enough, noticeably strong. 1 to 10, 10 of course being the strongest. I'd say Summer Daydream in the milk cup form was a solid 7.5. When I was walking in and out of the room, definitely noticeable. Really just pretty perfume, feminine fragrance. Their milk cups used to be super strong and you could use them over and over and over again. I'm noticing in the past year or so, they really cap off at that 20-25 hour kind of melt point, melt time range. I accidentally left this on overnight and it was just going and going. My second and third melts of this have not been anywhere near as strong as the first melt. So I will say if you get Summer Daydream, since it's such like a delicate, light kind of perfumey fragrance, if you let it go for too long, the scent's just going to dissipate like that, and your second and third use is just not going to be anywhere near as strong as sometimes certain fragrances are. Would I buy this again? Yes, absolutely. I wish they had the wall plugs. I would have gotten them for that promotion that they had running. I wish they would get it in the room spray. Really pretty scent. I will probably wind up trying the candle form of this, probably the mini, not the large, just to see how the throw is. I'll definitely be doing more reviews on the Yankee candle, their core spring lineup, when they start trickling in. Now, you guys clicked on this video because you guys probably were interested in some of the Elevation candles. Love the Elevation line. I feel like it's incredibly underrated. As far as Yankee, it's probably one of my favorite lines to burn from Yankee, other than the Bold line. I think that's underrated as well. But I've always had pretty decent success with the Elevation line. So I typically get the medium-sized Elevations because they're 3 wicks. They tend to burn a little more evenly than the single wick minis or the dual wick larges, but of course they only had the minis available. So let's jump into the fragrances. I will throw them all up on the screen for you. If I'm able to find a picture of the 4th fragrance in this collection, it's Orange and Kumquat, I believe. I'll throw it up on the screen. Haven't been able to find it as of yet because they're not available online, but it was Orange Kumquat, if I'm not mistaken. It smelled like, do you guys remember the 50th anniversary fragrance from Yankee Candle that was Orange Dreamsicle? It came out this past summer. If you guys liked that scent and maybe it wasn't strong enough for you, you really might want to try the Elevation line. It smelled almost identical to that. To me, is very summery. Wasn't something I was going to burn right now, but I do like that they threw in like a fruity citrus scent for spring because not everybody likes floral scents. So that's the other one that was in this collection that obviously I did not get. There's 3 scents behind me. I have Salt Mist Peony, I have Rice Milk and Honey, and then I also have the Sea Salt and Lavender. I was most excited for Sea Salt and Lavender, so I think that's the one I'm going to review for you first. Let's jump into today's review. This smells so good. If you guys have followed me for a while, you know that I'm a lavender fan. So this is the Sea Salt and Lavender from Yankee Candle's Elevation line. It is, okay, best way to describe it. If you guys liked Sugared Wildflowers from this line that came out, I think a year or 2 years ago, if you liked that, but maybe it was a little too intense, a little too herbaceous for you, you might like the Sea Salt Lavender. The lavender that's in the Sea Salt Lavender reminds me of a lavender you would find, you know, when they do, a lot of companies will do a just standard lavender vanilla, and the lavender is much more muted than in just like a full-on French lavender scent. That's what this reminds me of. You can 100% get that really beautiful sea salt note. It's not a gross, beachy, over-the-top salt type note. It reminds me of Bath & Body Works Sea Salt Vanilla that came out like 4 years ago. If that had just a smooth lavender added to it. If any of you remember the Sea Salt Vanilla that came out from Bath & Body Works, comment down below. I loved that one. I don't know if anyone else remembers that. But it's kind of a hybrid between the Sugared Wildflowers, much less herbaceous, not even a little bit, much less herbaceous. And then just that creamy, almost semi-smooth sea salt note. Really pretty. I love this one. I wish they carried the wall plug refills in the Elevation line. I wish they had the fragrances in the refills and the sprays. Maybe one day they will. So how's the throw on this? We know we like the scent. The throw, I had this going in a smaller room. I had it going in the half bath. I actually tested all of these candles out in the half bath. Wasn't expecting a huge throw from a teeny tiny little single wick candle. I did have it going for about 2 hours in a closed room whenever I would pop in there to test the scent, see how it was going. It was absolutely filling the room. It wasn't billowing out and like going into adjacent areas, but when you walk into the room, it was definitely noticeable. The scent on cold translates to what the scent smells like while burning. So it's really true to the scent. I find that with a lot of the candles from the Elevations line, what it smells like on cold, more times than not always, but more times than not, it'll smell like that while burning. So would I buy this one again? Yes, absolutely. I plan to get a 3-wick when they come out this season. All right, you guys, moving right along. The next one I'm going to review for you guys is the rice milk and honey. So let's jump into that. Okay, rice milk and honey. I knew I would like the lavender one. I figured I would like the peony one, but I had really high hopes for this one. Really high hopes. On cold, it's just this really beautiful, it's not super strong on the honey. It's like a smooth, semi-sweet, but you can definitely get like a rice milk, almost like a smooth, mild chai, almost like that kind of ricey chai type vibe with a little bit of a smooth, semi-sweet honey. I had such high hopes for this candle. Like I said, it smells like a semi-smooth honey chai type vibe going on with maybe a little bit of vanilla. I would be so curious to see all the scent notes of all of these fragrances, but unfortunately, like I said, they're not available online. If anyone has them, post them in the comments. I'll pin the comment. The throw on this was totally fine. Totally fine. Remember how just like a minute and a half ago, I said a lot of these fragrances, what they smell like on cold translates while burning. This one's definitely the exception to that. Again, I had it going in the half bath, had it going by itself. I actually let this one burn longer and burned it a couple different times because I was just I couldn't believe what I was smelling. For whatever reason on cold, this smells really, really pretty. I had it going in the half bath. As I'm going in and out, and then as I'm kind of walking past the bathroom, I'm getting just these wafts of, I thought something was burning, and I'm not being dramatic. I genuinely was like, did I blow out a candle? Did I lean over a candle? I thought I singed my hair, to be honest with you, because I had been lighting candles, and I actually checked the ends of my hair and go, did I singe my hair or something when I was lighting a candle? For whatever reason. And then I realized it was this. I walked into the bathroom, wafted it. I go, that's it. So I put it out. I extinguished it. And then it kind of stopped smelling like singed, just singedness. I'm not dogging on the scent. When you guys smell it in person, you'll probably smell it on cold and go, I really like it. What is she talking about? It's pretty on cold. But for whatever reason while burning, like that rice, it's like that dry rice almost has like a singed note to it for whatever reason. And I can't do it. Give it a try if you want. Maybe it'll burn differently for you guys. But to me, it just is not doing it. It just, while burning, did not translate, and it came across kind of burnty and borderline singe-like. I'll be returning this one. I'll probably exchange it out for the lavender one because I absolutely love that one. But I'm going to skip. I'm not even going to try to burn this one in a larger version. If you guys like singed scents, I guess, give this one a try. I'm really not trying to dog on the Elevation line because I usually like the scents, but the rice milk and honey was just not where it's at. Was not feeling that one at all. If you guys have burned this scent or gotten your hands on this yet, comment down below. If any of you have burned this one, let me know what your thoughts are. Maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe my nose was going wonky that day, but I just did not care for them. This one's going to be going back to the store. All right, you guys, so we got one more scent. Last but certainly not least, we're going to go over the Salt Mist Peony. So let's jump into the final review. I love a good rose peony floral blend. Really very, very impressed with this one. I still like the lavender the best because I'm a lavender gal, but I do appreciate a really good rose peony. If you guys liked, do you remember the 50th anniversary collection that came out this last spring, the Salt Mist Rose? If you guys liked that one and you felt like it wasn't strong enough, or like the paraffin Yankees don't throw that well, I think you'll really, really like Salt Mist Peony. It smells to me very, very similar to Salt Mist Rose. It is a little less sharp and a little more bright, if that makes sense. It's very pretty. As you can see, this one was well loved. I've actually been burning this one quite a bit. I would say of the three from this collection that I'm talking about today, this was the strongest. Again, I had it going in a small room. The throw on this was strong. It was strong. 1 to 10. This was coming in at like a solid 8. It was absolutely filling up the room and actually kind of coming out when you would walk by. You would absolutely smell it. So I would suspect the 3-wick version of this is going to throw very, very strong. No issues on the burn. The only one that burned unevenly was actually the rice milk honey. I want to say sea salt honey. The rice milk and honey, but it doesn't matter. That one's going back to the store anyways. But nice even burn on this one. Would I buy this one again? I might wind up trying the 3-wick version of this one when they actually come out in the spring, because I do really like it. I think this would blend well with most any other floral or rose peony type scent that you have going or that you guys will be burning this spring. Again, if you liked Salt Mist Rose, you really might like the Salt Mist Peony. The salt note isn't super strong. It's nowhere near as strong as it is in the lavender version. It's more muted. It smells more like that Salt Mist Rose. Just a hint, just a little hint of that sea salt, but very, very pretty. I expect of this collection probably this one to be very popular when people start getting their hands on it and burning it, just because it's stronger. It smells really, really beautiful. And I do remember a lot of people really liking the Salt Mist Rose when it came out last season, but one of the big complaints was that it didn't throw. So now you guys kind of have an alternative to that. So you guys, that's it for me today. If you guys have burned any of these candles I talked about today, comment down below. Let me know which ones you tried and which ones were your favorites. Those of you who have gotten your hands on the orange kumquat, comment down below. Let everybody know what your thoughts were, because I obviously did not include that one / didn't get that one this go around. Before I sign off, I want to let you guys know I'm on Instagram, so come find me at life, life_with_WITH_L. If you're on Instagram, please come find me. I use my Instagram to post a lot of upcoming videos, purchases, hauls, things like that. So if you're on there, come find me. You guys, that's it for me today. As always, I hope you are having an awesome day, an awesome evening, an awesome weekend, whatever time it is you're watching this video. And until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.